Okay, before we take the distributor apart, I want to point a couple things out. We're going to drive out this roll pin right here. Then once the roll pin's driven out, the whole gear will be able to come off of the bottom of the shaft, and then you can pull the center shaft up out of the distributor so we can replace the pickup coil. There's a dimple made in this gear, and it always lines up with the slit in the top of the distributor that puts your rotor in the correct position. So I just wanted to point out this dimple lines up with the slit. That way you have the gear in the correct position when you put it back together. So we're going to drive out this roll pin and start taking it apart. First we have to drive the roll pin out. Normally I would do this on a vise, but I'm trying to do this only with things that everybody would have in their garage. If you've got a flat-tipped punch, that works better to drive the roll pin out. What I'm going to do, I don't recommend. I've got a very small angled punch here that I'm going to set as close to matching the face of the roll pin as I possibly can. This is my assistant here. So I'm going to try to start the roll pin first with this angled punch. I'm supporting it with the block of wood. I need the damn hammer. Okay, I've got the roll pin started, and now I'm going to finish driving it the rest of the way through with a drill bit, which I really don't recommend, but that's all I've got of the correct size. If you do have to use a drill bit, cover the drill bit as much as you possibly can with your hand, because if the drill bit shatters, it can pretty much explode and send sharp, very sharp hardened metal flying everywhere, and it could get in your eye, your skin, anything. Okay, there's the roll pin that my son just picked up. And you grab hold of the reluctor and just twist, and you can pull off the gear. I'm going to show disassembling the rest of it in a different location. I'm going to need that. I need this. Okay, I'm going to disassemble this. We've already taken out the roll pin. The roll pin that goes in the gear. We've already taken this out. And so I'm going to disassemble the distributor. They're all pretty much the same. I've only done this maybe 5 or 6 times in my entire life. So if I forget something or I fumble, cut me a little bit of slack. First I'm going to grab the armature or the reluctor and hold it, and I'm going to turn the gear, and sometimes they can be stuck on there pretty good. I'm going to turn the gear and get it to turn back and forth and just work its way off. A lot of times the washer is stuck to the gear. It either sticks to the gear or it sticks to the distributor. There's a washer that goes on top of the gear. So just set everything off to the side in order, and you'll be able to remember, you'll know how to put everything back together. Then there's another washer that's got little teeth on it, and these teeth fit up into the base of the distributor, so that way this washer doesn't spin and chew up the aluminum housing. So you've got a steel washer and a steel washer that rides on the gear. Now you should be able to pull the shaft. There's going to be some buildup of oil on there, and so it's going to be tight getting it out. Oh, we might have to do some PV blaster and try to loosen this thing up a little bit, or whatever your favorite penetrating oil is. So I'm going to go play with some penetrating oil and get this shaft to come out of there, and then we'll be back. Okay, I loosened the shaft up. Actually, I used carb cleaner, not PV blaster. So now we can remove the shaft out of the distributor housing. We'll set that off to the side. I'm going to clean this. This is all old burnt oil on here. I'll clean this up with a Scotch-Brite pad. There's a bunch of rust on the reluctor. I'll clean that up a little bit with a Scotch-Brite pad. I'll clean the part that the rotor goes on. I'll clean that up. Probably I'll use a wire wheel on it because it's pretty nasty. But now we've got the distributor housing, and we want to replace this pickup coil. The pickup coil is held in place by kind of a spring metal clip, and there's two fingers on this particular one. There's two fingers I'm going to have to pry up out of a groove to be able to take this spring metal clip off. And so I need my pick set for that, so I'll be right back. Luckily, my new pickup coil came with various clips, so if I have to, I will get pretty aggressive with the old clip and just tear it apart to get the old one off, because I've got a new replacement clip. If your pickup coil didn't come with one of these clips, I suggest that you be very gentle with taking the old clip apart or taking the old clip off. And as you can see, my pickup coil is in pretty bad shape. I'm going to clean all of this off with a flat blade screwdriver and an X-Acto knife. I'm going to scrape all of this off, and after I get that cleaned up, we'll be back. Okay, I've got the distributor housing cleaned up where the old pickup used to go. You'll notice that there is a roll pin here aligning that helps line up I don't know what the outer part of a reluctor is called. This star, when the reluctor goes past each point, that's when it fires the spark signal. There's a roll pin here. Then over on this side, there's a hole. The new pickup coil has a guide pin, and then also there's a groove. The groove obviously lines up with the roll pin, and this post obviously goes into the hole. So there's no way you can put this in the wrong place. We're going to put the pickup coil on. And now we're going to attach our new spring clip. Did you hear it click in place? The spring clip the spring clip clicks into a groove. Say that 10 times fast. Alright, pickup coil.